Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Rubber Sports Show. I'm your host, Cord. Alright, NCAA Week 0. Opening weekend of Week 1. Week 1, Part 1. Next week is Week 1, Part 2. We'll just go with the Week 0. We got 6 big games here. If you are new to Rubber Sports Show, welcome. If you're returning, hey, thanks for watching. Rubber Sports Show here, we do NFL, we do college football, we do Canadian Football League, CFL. Do a lot of NASCAR and a lot of pro wrestling. Typically, I'm pretty decent when it comes to picks. Last year for NCAA, I was 54% altogether, which includes win-loss, against the spread, over-under. In 2019, I was at 60% for the NCAA. NFL last year was at 56.2%. 2019, 54.8%. CFL 2019, I was at 60%. So typically, I'm not too bad with my picks. Obviously not perfect, but hey, you know what? I'm just here to have fun. Any of my picks, I do not do any type of sports betting or anything. It's all for fun. Now, if you want to take the picks and go try to win some money, go ahead. But I'm doing it just for the fun of it and just see how well I can do. So the first game we have out of the Big Ten. Out of the Big Ten West, we have the Aer Lingus College Football Classic, which was actually supposed to be played in Dublin, Ireland this year, but due to COVID restrictions, it was transplanted to Champaign, Illinois. We have the Nebraska Cornhuskers versus the Illinois Fighting Illini. Cornhuskers were 3-5 last year, with the Illini 2-6. November 21st, 2020, Illinois did beat Nebraska 41-23. This year, Nebraska is projected at 6-6, 4-5 in the Big 12. Well, the Illini are projected at 3-9, 1-8 in the Big 10. Nebraska is actually favored by 7.5 with an over/under of 55. Like I've been saying in the CFL videos, 2021 seems like hashtag expect the unexpected. So I'm going to do that here as well. Illinois, I'm giving them the 7.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 55. Next up, we have the Connecticut Huskies out of the Independent versus the Mountain West Division Fresno State Bulldogs. Bulldogs were 3-3 last year, where the Huskies were 2-10. Huskies are projected at 3-9. This is the first matchup between these two teams. And Fresno is projected at 7-5 and then 5-3 in the Mountain West. Fresno is favored by 27.5. I do have the Bulldogs winning. I got Connecticut covering at 27.5, and then under on the 63. Just to make sure everyone is on board with what I do, I could do a straight up pick. Like I said, I'm picking Fresno State. That line at 27.5. I think Fresno State's going to win the game, but I think Connecticut will make it a little closer than that. So I had them covering that 27.5. That 63, I'm taking under. I think it's not going to be a high-scoring game. I could be completely wrong with that, but hey, that's what I'm picking. Next up, out of the Mountain West Division, we have the Hawaii Warriors, who last year were 5-4. They're going against the Pac-12 South Division UCLA Bruins, who were 3-4 last year. All-time UCLA is 3-0 versus Hawaii. Hawaii is projected at 6-7 this year, 3-5 in the Mountain West. Well, the Bruins are projected at 6-6, 4-5 in the Pac-12. UCLA is actually favored by 17.5. I do have them winning, covering, and taking under on the 68. Next up, we have a couple FCS teams. We have the East Illinois Panthers versus the Indiana State Sycamores. Indiana State is favored by 13.5. I got them winning. I got Indiana State winning, East Illinois Panthers covering, and over on the 50 in the points. Next up, we have the Utep Miners out of the Conference USA West Division versus the independent New Mexico State Aggies. The Aggies were 1-1 last year, where the Miners were 3-5. Miners projected at 3-9, 1-7 in Conference USA, where the Aggies projected at 1-11. UTEP all-time is 57-38 versus New Mexico State. The Utep Miners are favored by 10. I got them winning, covering, under on the 59. And then we have an FCS versus FBS matchup. We have the Southern Utah Thunderbirds versus the San Jose State Spartans. The Spartans were 7-1 last year. San Jose State is favored by 23.5. I do have them winning, covering, and under on the 23.5. So for week 0, I am doing all 6 games. Starting next week, week 1. I may not do every game, but I'm going to do as many as I possibly can. I just like doing the bulk of them, kind of the big ones, let alone some of the kind of mid-major schools and whatnot. That kind of helps me kind of enjoy it so I can get the picks and stuff. I do all this for fun. If you want to use my picks and bet, please. If not, if you do and lose, so sorry. If you do and win, you're welcome. If you please subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Rob Sports Show. Again, NFL, CFL, NCAA, college football, pro wrestling, NASCAR. Every once in a while, we'll have some playoffs for Major League Baseball, NHL, NBA. Kind of dabble in that stuff. But definitely follow me here on YouTube. Otherwise, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports sound content.